Welcome to Classwork Exercise 4. In this exercise we're going to learn how to create an on-screen data entry form. We're also going to create a formatted report. We'll put an image on that report and we'll put a date on the report. So these are advanced features in the database to create a form so that we can enter data and then produce a report. We're going to open Access again. We're going to load the database that we used before in CE4, and you may have the list of tables and the queries that we did in the previous exercise. In this exercise we're going to create a data entry form. To do that we're going to need to do something different this time, so click on Create and you'll see the options here for Forms, and we're going to select Form Wizard. And once you select the form wizard, you'll see all the fields listed here for members. It may come up with books like that, in which case we're going to do a data entry form which allows you to enter information about the members. So make sure you click members there, and then here are all the fields in the members table. And on our data entry form I want to be able to enter data for all the fields in members, so I'm going to copy them across. Now if you click on this one, it copies across one by one. Or you can do this one to copy across the lot, which is what I like. And then I'm going to click on Next. There are various ways in which this wizard will help us by giving us a standard data entry form. I'm going to display the information on the data entry form in simple columns. And we're going to call our data entry form Members Data Entry Form. And I'll finish that. And now you can see it's opened up on the left here. Underneath queries you'll see forms, and so we've got members data entry form, and here you can see the members data. At the bottom you can see the records 1 to 22. If I click on this record, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can see the different members coming up. At this stage I also want to mention something else to you. I don't like the way in which some of this data is aligned to the right and some of it to the left, so I'd like to tidy this up. Now on the left here we've got various views on this form. At the moment we've got form view, which allows us to enter data. At the moment I'm interested in looking at the layout view, which allows me to alter the layout of the form. And here now you can see an orange box on the top. Click on Home, and then I've got this orange box here, so this box is selected, and I can left align this box, and I'm going to do the same on date. I'm going to left align there, and also I quite like the boxes to be in a certain colour, so I'm going to choose a nice yellow colour for these boxes, so that when we enter the data it's really obvious the data that we need to change here. So I'm changing all these boxes to yellow. Now that's going to be very useful for me for altering the data. If you click on View again, you can see we've got Form View, Layout View, Design View. The Design View gives us the actual design of this form. At the moment though I'm quite interested in going back to the form view, which is where you can enter the data. Now this is going to allow us to alter and amend and add records. So say we've got the wrong address. Apparently this person's moved and he's no longer in the court, and he's moved to a new address in Thornsbury, which is 21 Harrow Road. Now that record has changed, and I click through the records. You can see the records here. I can go back and you'll see 21 Harrow Road, and indeed this will then be completely changed also in the members table. So if I open up the members table and we try and find that, I can't find it at the moment. Oh, there it is, just at the top, 21 Harrow Road. So that's the table data has been changed, and I've changed that on the data entry form. Let's go back to the actual design view, and you can see here the design of the data entry form. I quite like to change it from members data entry form to a new heading here, and I'd like to put adding, amending members records, because that's what this data entry form is going to allow us to do. And there it is. And if I now go back to the form view, you can see that new heading has been put in there. I'm now going to move on to the next task and create a report. So go to create, and we don't use form wizard, we're going to use a report wizard this time. And this will create a simple report. So click on report. I want a report of the members in our library. So I'm going to select members, and I'm going to include the membership number, the first name, the surname, the date of birth and the postcode. Otherwise I won't fit all this information on one report sheet. There they are, all selected from that table, and I'll click on finish, and you can see the report here now, and this is a list of all the members in our library as a standardized report. One of the nice things you can do is to alter the appearance of this report. I've closed the page print preview. I've gone back to home, and it's not that one. Gone back to home, and you'll notice it's got view here, and you can view this report in different ways. You can have a print preview, which is nicely fitted on an A4 sheet, close print preview, or we can view, you can toggle by pressing view, and it takes you through different types of view. If I click on the down arrow, you'll see the one I'm interested in at the moment actually is the layout view. What this allows me to do, if I click on any particular column, I can move things around, which is quite useful. If I click on the John field here and then press the right arrow, then can I just move it to the right a bit? And same with that first name. So I'm just using the arrow keys to move things around. At that date of birth, I think it'd be quite nice if it just came back. I'm just using the arrow keys. Click on that and then use the left arrow key. Pull that back, and this report now looks it looks much improved. Okay, we're going to add two more things to this report. Well, first of all, we're going to try and insert an image in the header of the report. And if you go back to view, we can look at design view. And here's the header of the report. And this is the place where we would like to insert the image. Here we can see the design view of the report. If you select Home, you'll see the header, the main body and the footer. And what we're going to do is look at the design, I hope, and you'll see an option here for Insert Image. Click on Insert Image and you browse, and if you look in the folder you've got at the moment, you'll see the school logo.gif, and I'm going to drop that just by there. And now if I go back to the layout view, you can see I've got an image at the top. It's not quite right, so I've selected the image, and again with the arrow keys it's really cool this. You can just position it exactly where you want it, up and across, so it looks just right. And then if you don't like the size of it, which I'm not too keen on it, you can make it a bit of a smaller, and I've done that now. So now we've got, I'll push up to the right I think actually. I've got an image, and the other advanced feature here is to perhaps change the footer. You can see it's got the date on the bottom. I'd quite like to change that, so I'm going to go back to Home, I'm going to look at View, I'm going to look at the Design View, and here down at the bottom you say equals now, that's today's date. That is I want to keep that, but I'd like to change it so it says printed on, and then it's got the date. So whenever you print out this report, we're going to get that comment at the bottom of the report, printed on, and the current date when it was printed, which is quite useful when you give a report to someone. They know the date that report was printed. So I've shortened that box, and what I'm going to need to do now is go up here and you'll see a label. Click on Label, and I want to put a label here with the words printed on, so I can click there and I'm going to type the words printed on, and I've done that. I can see it's not in the right place, but again this version of Access is really cool, because you go back to View and Layout View and you can see it's too low, but if you click on printed on, again you can use your arrow keys just to move it up and across to exactly where you want it, so it just looks right. So now we've got report printed on, got an image. Perhaps all we need to do is change the name of this report at the top here. Instead of members, I could make the box a bit bigger. This is going to be called Basic List of Library Members. Okay, and there it is. And that's our standard report. And you can print that out. So I'll just go back to Home, View, Print Preview, and we can print that out, and there you go. We've got our list of members. The only final thing I'd like to do, here's the list of reports. I'm going to rename this report. Oh, I need to close the report first, sorry. I'm just going to save and close. And I'm going to rename this now. List of